Hello everyone, my name is Taniya Bahree. I am doing graduation from Sem-V college. I am here to share my learning and experience what I gained during internship period. I would like to acknowledge as being a realistic channel and fresh dimensions in the completion of this project. I take this opportunity to thank Guru Nanak Dev University for giving me chance to do this project. I would like to thank my principal, Mrs. Ajisareen ma'am, for providing the necessary facilities required for completion of this project. I take this opportunity to thank our teachers, especially Mrs. Kajipuri ma'am, for her moral support and guidance. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude towards my project guide K. Bhagat and Company, whose guidance and care made the project successful. The university requires that each student would do the internship in corporate sector for gaining the real market knowledge. I was looking for the organization for the purpose of internship and for gaining the practical experience. The purpose for this report is to give the detailed information about K. Bhagat and Company, that is an auditing firm providing the different services. I have chosen the K. Bhagat and Company for my internship because it is among the leading auditing firm and I want to continue my learning at well-reputed organization which would be product. Here these are some of competitors of company: Das and Company, Makkar and Company, Agarwal Tax Consultant, etc. During the period of my internship, I performed the different tasks in different areas of K. Bhagat and Company. The audited process, the audited report, maintain the accounts, bookkeeping, preparation of financials. Discuss about audit. Audits are performed to ascertain the validity and reliability of information. Also to provide an assessment of the system's internal control. The goal of an audit is to express an opinion on a person, organization, system, etc. in question under evaluation based on work done on a test basis. Auditing is a vital part of accounting. Audits work mainly associated with gaining information about financial systems and financial records of a company or a business. Types of auditors. Auditors of financial statements can be classified into two categories, that is external auditor and internal auditor. External auditor is an independent public accounting firm engaged by the client subject to the audit to express an opinion on whether the company's financial statements are free of material misstatements, whether due to fraud or error. They may also be engaged to perform other agreed upon procedure related to unrelated to the financial statements. They are paid by the company being audited, are regarded as independent auditors. Internal auditors are employed by the organization they audit. They perform various audit procedures, primarily related to procedures over the effectiveness of the company's internal control over financial reporting. Internal auditors are not considered independent of company. They perform audit procedures for internal auditors for publicly traded companies are required to report directly to the board of directors or a subcommittee of a board of directors and not to management. So to reduce the risk, the internal auditors will be pressured to produce favorable assessments. The objectives of an audit may be broadly classified as primary and secondary. The primary objective of audit is to judge the reliability of the financial statements and the supporting accounting records for a particular financial period. The Companies Act 1956 requires that the auditor of a company has to state whether in his opinion the accounts disclose a true and fair view of the states of company's affairs, profit and loss account and balance sheet of the state of affairs of a business. The auditors carries out a process of examination and verification of books of accounts and related documents. At the same time, audit also discloses how far the accounting system adopted in the organization is adequate and appropriate in recording the various transactions as well as the weakness of these systems. Primary objectives of an auditor has to examine the process of such an investigation of accounts. Certain errors and frauds may be detected. These are discussed under two heads, that is detection and prevention of errors and detection and prevention of frauds. Clerical errors. Such an error arises on account of wrong posting. For example, an amount received from Thomas is credited to Sunny. Though there is wrong posting, still the trial balance will agree. Clerical errors are of three types, that is error of commission, omission and compensating errors. Detection and prevention of frauds. Frauds are always committed deliberately and intentionally to defraud the proprietors of the organization. If the fraud remains undetected, they may affect the opinion of auditor on the financial condition and the working results of the organization. It is therefore necessary that the auditor should exercise utmost care to detect such frauds. Let us discuss about ISA, International Standards of Auditing. In the late 1970s, the Council of IFAC created IAPC, which would be a standing committee of the IFAC Council, and subsequently the IFAC Board. Between 1980 and 1991, the IAPC issued IAG and addendums to these. The first international standard on auditing was issued in 1991, and this has remained the series to the present day. Auditing in India. The ICAI is the governing body for audits in India and is the premier professional accounting body in India. Only a member of ICAI can become an auditor. ICAI has set up an AASB to review auditing practices and procedures in India. Process of audit. The firm, after getting appointed as the auditor in the annual general meeting by the shareholders or by the management, starts the audit. First, it asks the management for the letter of appointment, and then management is asked to give a list of all books of accounts maintained by the clients and a list of all officers of the company along with their designation and authority. Internal control or management checking. This was done in order to examine the weakness of system, to consider the proposition of introducing test check to be performed during the course of audit, and to determine exactly the extent of work to be performed. It enables the auditor to express his opinion on the given books of accounts. Next is audit plan. After getting the required information and documents, the one of the senior makes an audit plan including audit program. The audit plan is discussed with the principal of the firm, and necessary changes are made in the audit plan to carry on the work of audit most effectively and efficiently. Next is preparation of audit program. An audit program was prepared by seniors with due care and skill. It was decided to conduct the audit under the supervision of a senior. During the conduct of audit, some notes were prepared. That is, first, audit review notes, to note the points that need further discussion with the management. Second, audit queries, to note all those vouchers that remain insufficiently vouched. A complete record as to how they were cleared and all those which remain unclear and reported to management is maintained. Important balances. Notes of important closing balances, particularly in respect of cash and bank accounts and stock. Next is compliance testing. In this part, it is checked that the business comply with all its rules and regulations or not. Next, checking of books of accounts. When the audit work starts, first the books of accounts are checked for errors which may be due to wrong entries, omission of transaction, wrong total, wrong carry and brought forward, etc. The checking of books of accounts may or may not include detailed checking. Now, operation of audit. The audit was operated with the help of techniques, that is, first, vouching. In vouching, every transaction is checked in documentary evidence. Second, verification. When vouching is complete, then the verification of assets and liabilities takes place. Assets of a firm are verified by checking them. If the assets are held by others, then a letter is written to them to verify their presence and their title. For confirmation of major debtors, a letter is written to them to confirm the balance due from them. To confirm bank balance account, statement is received from the client's banker, etc. Third, ticking. During the checking of various books, the entries that were checked were ticked with red pen, indicating that the entry has been examined for certain purpose. Fourth, posting check. Then it was checked whether the transactions were correctly and accurately posted to ledger or not. Fifth, cross-checking. It is comparison of entries in two or more books or of an entry in a book with its supporting evidence or voucher. Accuracy of cross-checking plays a vital role. It should be made with the due care. And the last, sixth, is trial balance checking. The trial balance was checked and important balances were noted in the working papers for reference use in further process. Next, analytical procedure. After the end of audit, analytical procedure is adopted in order to confirm the accuracy and correctness of the result obtained from the procedure. Identification of errors for manager. After doing all this process and vouching and verification, the report of error is prepared and this report is submitted to the supervisor or the manager, which checks it and made any correction and finalize it to be presented to the partner or the principal. Next, auditor's report. After that, auditor report is given. If the auditor is satisfied with all the information required by him has been provided to him and books of accounts have been properly maintained and profit and loss account, balance sheet has been properly drafted and show fair view of the company's affair, the auditor gives an unqualified report. If the auditor is not satisfied with the explanation of the management and finds irregularities, then he gives qualified report. Review of performance. At the end of an audit, the auditor and the senior review the performance of the audit team. They try to find out where mistakes were done, was the audit completed on time, were the team members diligent during their work. Team members are assessed as a group as well as individually. If something is found to be unsatisfactory, then proper steps are taken to ensure that these irregularities do not appear in future audits. In this video, I conclude my 4 weeks of internship as a good learning experience of my life. It is that short time period of my life when I used my knowledge and skills which I learned in 17 years of academic career. I found K. Bhagat and Company as the backbone of the city among the other audit firms as it has number of clients. It is playing its role efficiently in audit and accounting sector. It gives me a bridge of learning in practical field of working. Here the employers are very cooperative and helpful. They are really made to learn from them. I have learned all the major activities required for the working of an auditor. Thank you.